Hey, welcome back to Unstuck. I'm Robin Goldenberg from Strategy Leaders. In the last episode, we talked about how to turn your strategy into a real usable plan, not just a deck, not a document that dies in Notion or on your server, but something you and your team can actually use to lead the business. But here's the next piece. Even the best plan dies if you don't have a rhythm to support it. That's what we're talking about today, and how to build a strategy rhythm that keeps your priorities alive, visible, and moving, even when things get chaotic. Because let's be real, in small business, things get chaotic. So let's be honest, strategy doesn't usually fail because the ideas are wrong. It fails because the team stops looking at it. And it happens fast. Priorities get buried under client work, execution gets reactive again, and the plan drifts into the background. Or worse, no one remembers even what's in it or where to find it. It has happened to us on several occasions. Hey, remember when we worked on that 1 year plan for our business? Where did we put that? And if you've been there, I promise you're not alone. This isn't a discipline problem, it's just a rhythm problem. Your business needs a consistent operating cadence, just like your heart needs a beat or things start slipping. And when there's no rhythm, you rebuild that plan every quarter from scratch. Been there. You start questioning your focus. Been there. And the business starts to feel just heavy again, like a burden. So let's fix them. So I want to talk about the cadence that I use, simple, repeatable, and built for execution with my clients. So we do quarterly planning every 90 days. We already covered that in episode 6. The goal is to zoom out and reset one outcome, 3 to 5 priorities, clear ownership of the outcome and the priorities, and measurable progress markers. You can't do strategy weekly. That's not the rhythm for big picture thinking, but you also can't only do it once a year and expect that it's going to work. And then monthly sync, this is optional, but it is incredibly helpful. This is like a pulse check. So we're asking, are we making progress on the core priorities? What's stuck? And what needs to shift? This gives you the space to adjust without throwing the whole plan out. And then weekly team check ins. This to me is a non negotiable. This is the most important part of this rhythm. Set aside 20 to 30 minutes weekly to look at the plan, review each priority, and ask what's done, what's blocked, and what's next. This is not a full status update meeting. This is about protecting momentum. It's a strategy maintenance meeting, not an ops management meeting. If the plan isn't in front of your team weekly, it isn't real to them. So you need to keep that in mind. And please don't turn this into a 20-minute meeting that becomes an hour-long meeting. Stay on track, make an agenda, and just get it done. And then daily for you, for the owner, start your day with one question. Is my calendar aligned with that plan? You don't need a full daily ops meeting, but you do need space to review what you are focusing on and to make sure your time reflects your strategy. If you're spending your day chasing Slack threads instead of moving priorities, your plan is slipping. You'll hear a lot of people say you need to work on the business instead of in the business. And this is very much true if you want to keep it moving. So here's where rhythm breaks. And this is what you need to watch for. That meeting turns into a long status report. No one brings the plan to the check in. You skip 1 week, then 2, then 4, then 7, then someone's on vacation, and it just never comes back around. And you never adjust. So the plan ultimately becomes irrelevant. And listen, if that's happening to you, you're not broken. You're just learning. You don't need perfect consistency. You just need enough rhythm to keep the business from drifting. Start small and make it sustainable and adjust as you go. So here's your next step here. Pick one layer of rhythm and implement it this week. If you don't have a weekly check in, start there. If your plan isn't visible, pull it out and make it part of the meeting. If you're solo, set 30 minutes on your calendar every Friday to check in with yourself. Strategy only works if you keep it alive. Next week, we're going to talk about what happens when everything is technically working, but you're still tired, reactive, and frankly, just over it. It's a sign that you've outgrown your current model, and we'll unpack what to do about that. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this with someone whose plan is just collecting dust. And let's keep building a business that works, not one that's just surviving. Let's get unstuck.